Hello. So today in this video, we're going to achieve a all natural look. The look that I'm going for today is going to be less is more. We're still going to want coverage, but we're going to do very minimal of everything. So stick around and let's see how we get this done. Now I like to put setting powder on my eyebrows prior to doing my brows because I notice my brows stay put all day, and so it doesn't allow for my oily skin to come through and pretty much dissolve my brows. So I always apply setting powder prior to doing my brows, just like so, and then we'll go ahead and continue to the brows. So with my brows today, we're not gonna go too extra. We're just gonna do simple because as I mentioned, we're gonna do a natural look and I don't want my brows to be louder than my face. So we're gonna try to keep them as mellow as possible, okay? So my brows are done, simple. And I don't show you guys when I do them because it can take me anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes to do my brows. But today was pretty quick. So this is my brows, not perfection, but we're gonna go ahead and move on. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my eyes. We're gonna use the Pro Conceal Concealer, and this one is in the color Creamy Beige. And I'm gonna be using Limelife brush. This is gonna be in the number 6 brush from Limelife. Eyes are concealed. Now we're gonna go ahead and apply some setting powder. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure there's no creases before we set our eyes. And this is translucent powder from Limelife as well that I'm using. So then I go in there and just lightly dab it on. And then if I must, just lightly dust it off. If there's excess powder on there, then I do so as well. Boom. And this natural look, my skin is looking very clear. I did exfoliate last night, and I love when I do so because then my skin just kind of just brightens up the next day, just like it is today. I mean, come on, 41, I'm gonna be 42 in a few months. This is pretty damn good. So I went ahead and added a little line of eyeliner, and I'm using the NYX Professional Waterproof Eyeliner. I like this one. I like the bristles on the brush. So I'm only going to do a very light line because of my eyelashes. I don't want to see the little spots in the eyelashes where it looks like I'm wearing falsies. So I'm only adding a very light line. Just like so. Okay. And I only did it because we're gonna do some very simple lashes. We're not gonna be doing any extra voluminous lashes, falsies today. We're just gonna be using the wispies from Walmart, the 614. They have length, but they're very soft at the same time, so. Okay, so before I apply my foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a translucent powder. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be applying a color press powder to set my foundation once I do apply my foundation. And so I noticed that when applying a setting powder, it helps combat my oily skin. So it's not too oily if I decide to go with a dewy look. Meaning not putting on a setting powder to seal my foundation. And usually when I do that method is I'll go ahead and set my foundation with my setting spray, and it holds all day and it doesn't transfer when you touch your face because you don't have a setting powder to set your foundation. So I usually go that route for a dewy look. But like I said, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, but if I do go that route, I'm going to go ahead and apply some setting powder, which is my translucent powder from Limelife. And it's just like a little barrier in between my foundation and my skin. So I am running very low on my powder. And this is all I'm gonna do. And dust it. Okay. So my face is completely sealed. Now we can go ahead and go in with our foundation. This is my foundation shade Chantil 3. And we're gonna be using a damp sponge. We're gonna wet it, of course, and make sure it's completely wrung out so there's no water in there. But we do want it damp when we do apply our foundation. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do a few swirls. That's probably gonna be too much because I want something light. And our foundation is highly pigmented. It's 50% pigmented. And so less is more. So I didn't really want to go in there with too much. But that should be enough to cover my entire face. Because I don't want it to look like I have much on. Because I am trying to achieve a natural look. So I'm just dabbing it on. And I'm not using a brush because I don't want it to smear my setting powder, nor do I want streaks on my face. Because usually when I use a brush, I do go in with my Blenderful sponge to dab out any streaks if I do have any. So I'm gonna make sure this is completely dabbed out as far as any excess foundation. Our foundation looks like your natural skin. It doesn't look cakey, even if you were to build up in layers. And you know, you can still achieve a natural look, even if you have to build up in layers, depending on your skin. So I don't need to. That's why I go in very lightly. I want to make sure I bring it down on my neck. So my skin looks pretty good at that point. Yes. So I'm just gonna take the clean side and I'm gonna make sure I dab off any excess because I don't really want much on my skin. I only wanted a very a very light coverage. Okay. I want coverage, but I don't want too much because my skin was really clean prior to applying foundation. So as you can see, I kind of dabbed off a little excess foundation. And that looks good. So I am going to go ahead, and use powder today. But I'm still gonna achieve a natural dewy look in when I set my setting powder, my setting spray to my face. So, okay. And we're gonna dab it into our powder, and we're gonna dab it onto our face. This powder is very finely milled, and it's an HD powder, so this does not settle into your fine lines and wrinkles, especially under your eyes. This is an amazing powder. of facial powder, and I'm using number 1 from Limelife. So it's the lightest one that we carry, and it's a facial powder, but I use it as a under eye setting powder to help brighten up my under eyes. Okay, dust, dust, dust. I don't bake. I don't leave it on there too long. I'm too old for all that. And just like so. And look at how it just like blurs out my under eyes. It leaves it looking amazing. I love this powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my all over facial powder before I contour. And so this one's also from Limelife. This is a number 6 color. I wanna say Dawn or Fawn, but it's a number 6. So I'm gonna dab it into my skin. Powder. So I'm gonna go ahead, dab, dab, dab. I do not want to use stroking motions all over my face. I want to dab it on because I do not want to move the foundation. Once I have it set on my face, and then I can go ahead and do circular motions to wipe off any extra powder that's just sitting on my face. Just like so. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on. So far it's looking nice, right? Natural look, but yet still I have coverage to cover up my imperfections. Not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I am running low on time. So I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. I'm using the number 9 powder from Limelife. So I do go up into my hair. That's why I tend to do my hair at the end, because I want to make sure I'm going back into my hairline so there's no separation between my hairline and my face as far as color. So I always tend to go up a little high on that. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out in just a moment. So I do go in pretty high in my hairline, as I said. We're gonna blend it out some more. It's looking thick, but don't worry. I don't like it to look too thick, so we'll get that blended out. And that's how that's gonna look. Okay. So far, looks amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of a highlight. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced highlighter, and this one's in Diamond Fire. It's a cute little package. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a brush, and so we can, get that applied. When we do apply it, I am going to wet my brush. Make sure this one doesn't have any product on it before I proceed. Does not, okay. I think I had it, but okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my setting spray. We're gonna go ahead and wet the bristles of the brush when we do apply. It's okay, we put a little extra, not a big deal. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of product. Boom, it's just like, boom, it's just right there, huh? Okay. I'm gonna use my fingers because I like using my fingers for this. We're gonna do very light circular motions to get that worked into the skin. Same for here. Okay. And so when I spray it with my setting spray, it's gonna stay put as well all day. because we're using our setting spray to apply it. So therefore it is not going to go anywhere throughout the day, okay? This is a very pretty highlighter. Okay. Boom. So now that I finished my face, I went ahead and put my hair into a bun. But look at this. Natural. So I'm kind of not sure if I'm wanting to do a gloss. I always do a gloss for you guys. We have the lipstick number 202 from Limelife. I'm probably gonna use this one. Let's see. And just to add, this one works. My cable box is so loud. That noise bothers me when I'm asleep. Okay, this is what we're gonna go with. And this is number 202. It's a lipstick from Limelife. I'll show you how it looks. Perfect. So this is my all natural beat for today, and I'm gonna go ahead and set everything with my setting spray, and you're gonna see I'm gonna probably go a little crazy with the spray. And this is such an amazing setting spray if you were to compare this to the Urban Decay All Nighter. Yum yum. It's so wonderful, and it's so full of nutrients. So it's really, really good for your skin. So we're gonna go ahead and let this dry, and I'll show you guys my final results in just a few seconds. So this is my final look. Natural, but yet a little dewy, because I did set it with my setting spray, which will hold up to 16 hours. I have a little bit of a glow on my cheek from the highlighter, which is a Too Faced. But anything else, except for the concealer, everything else was Limelife, except for those two products and the eyeliner. So, well, here you go. This is the final look. I'll go ahead and take a picture in the sun so we can get the full effect of this look. Thanks for watching. Take care.